Hi guys, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Backpacking UK, the YouTube channel that's all about hiking, backpacking and wild camping. Right, today I'm in the Lake District to take on the Newlands Horseshoe. So this consists of 6 Wainwrights. I'm completing the horseshoe in an anti-clockwise direction. So I'm starting with Catbells first and Robinson last. It promises to be the most spectacular route, taking in this scenery behind me. It's an amazing day. This is September. You would have thought it's summer. It's absolutely glorious weather. It's going to make it a little bit tough. I've got about 12.5 kg backpack, so that's going to keep me fit, that's for sure. But my idea is to find a wild camping spot on Robinson because the views are just simply stunning around there. So hopefully I'll be able to capture the very best of what the Newlands Horseshoe has to offer. So I started my ascent from Little Town, which should have been called Teeny Tiny Town. There's a farm there with an honesty box. Put £5 in an envelope, put your reg number on there, and they'll let you stay there. Because I'm camping, I'll put a tenner in there. And the first summit is right here, Catbells. And the other side of the ridge, you're instantly greeted with these magnificent views of Derwent Water, Blencathra Range and Skiddaw Range. And this is why I love Catbells so much. Look at it, it's a proper little mountain. So that's the summit of Catbells, 1,480 feet or 451 metres high. And right here, that is where I proposed to my wife Laura, overlooking Derwent Water and Ladore Falls Hotel and Spa, which is just the most amazing hotel and spa. So we're just approaching the start of the ascent to Maiden Moor, and this time I'm going to see if I can find the true summit. So just back there, that's the summit of Maiden Moor, 1,890 feet, 576 metres. But the views are just unreal. But I've got to say, it's a little bit daunting, the down and the back up to Dale Head. Hindscarth's there and Robinson's the big beast in that background. But on a day like today, it's not hard to find motivation. So that's the summit over there. Then these mountains here is part of the Coaldale Horseshoe. You can see that sail. I think that's Allen Crags from memory, which I've done all those on the Coaldale Horseshoe. But this is what I've come to do. That's Robinson, Hindscarth, Dale Head, and the next one, High Spy. So now we're just approaching the ascent of High Spy. So getting to the top of High Spy now, it's really gnarly and craggy up the top here. You can see this huge cairn at the top. So here we have it. This is the summit of High Spy, 2,142 feet, 653 metres high. For those of you that watched my Paramo video, the weather was so bad, Laura was hiding behind that huge cairn. But we didn't get to experience the the views like this. Oh, it's just unbelievable today. So the only bad thing with this horseshoe is after all that ascending, you've got to descend to start ascending again onto Dalehead. But see the tarn shimmering in the sunshine down there? That is where I'm going to get my water for tonight. So at least I've saved carrying it half my journey anyway. God. Whoop. Easy does it, easy. And here's the tarn. It's a lovely little tarn. It's quite nice and secluded. And talking about cracking wild camping spots, look at this beauty. It does not get better than that. And looking back, that's High Spy up there. So I've had to come all the way down here. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Jeez, that's hard going with a big bag on. So lady with a big bag on come wild camping as well. It was like a race of the tortoises. Oh God, so hard. I'm nearly there though. Oh, look at that. Oh, probably 100 metres to go. I cannot wait for that ridge line. Ah, there it is, finally. So here it is, the summit of Dalehead, 2,470 feet, 753 metres. God, that felt really tough, I've got to be honest. Gosh, I've done much bigger mountains, far easier than that. But this was the first summit me and Laura ticked off not long after we met, about 13 years ago. So it's great to be back up here. Laura's granddad, R.I.P. Roy, gave us Wainwright-esque instructions to come up here. So I had an OS map, a compass, and these really detailed set of instructions like turn left by the tree that's missing the branch and walk past the gate that's missing the slat and stuff like that. We did get a little bit lost, hence why I never go anywhere without GPS now. But yeah, Dalehead, that means a lot, that does. So this now means I've got my next one in view and Robinson right at the end. But here are the views from Dalehead. Everything's in view today, even the sea. It's I can see the sea on three sides, but it's just such a great day to be hiking. So there you've got Buttermere, the mountain to the left in front, Fleetwith Pike, and the road down there, that's Honister Pass, and that'll be where the Honiston slate mines are. So over there you've got Scaffold Pike, Great Gable, Kirkfell, and then I would guess that's like Pillar. So you've got all the big boys over there. Oh, and just taking a look back, so that's Dalehead, your High Spy, Maiden Moor, and just over there it's Catbells right at the back. And here we have Hindscarth check these views out. Wow. Ah, there we go. I've got a little down, bit of an up to Robinson. Hopefully find a pitch with some fantastic lake views. So as a penultimate summit treat, I've saved this proper Scotch egg from Keswick. Oh, it's a posh one. So I've got two choices here. One the hard way, one the ridiculously hard way. I think it might be quicker if I go up here to the cairn and then walk across to my pitching spot. That should hopefully work well, but it's going to be a little leg killer right at the end of the day. The end is in sight. Oh God, another real tester. And here we have it, the last summit of the day, the Wainwright Robinson. Oh gosh, it feels so good. 737 metres. But the best thing about it is the views. And check these views out. Look at that. Just look at that. Wow. It's just what a viewpoint, and what a wild camping spot it's going to be. Right, let me introduce you to the brand new Nortent Varde 1, and as you can see, it's got a pop-up canopy, so it's absolutely brilliant. So the wind's coming from the back, going that way, so I can sit there fully sheltered, checking out the sunset and Buttermere and Crummock Water. So yes, it might be a little bit gimmicky, I'm not going to lie, but it is pretty cool, let's be honest. And it's built like an absolute tank. It's got 4 9.6mm dag poles and it's got about 20 guy lines on it. It is unbelievable. This is like way too much for 99% of people, but as you know, in the UK we do like to test our tents, and if you're like an all-season wild camper, this could possibly be the one for you. And the best thing about it costs about half what Hilleberg Solo costs, so it's looking damn good value for money. I think this was £408 plus like VAT, duty and delivery, but I mean it's going to be about £600 all in. That's a lot of tent for your money. So let's have a little look around. So canopy's up, I've just guided it out. I'm using all the guy lines, but just with one peg per 2 guy lines, because I don't think it's necessary for tonight's weather to use everything up. But look at this, it's just like nothing that I've ever seen before. It's so cool. So this is the sleep system that I'm using. This is the Neve Gear, I think it's called Warata. It's got 2 decent size straps, so it stays in place and it folds under so you don't get any drafts. I actually really like it. I think it's on an Australian brand. Then I've got my trusty Big Agnes Rapide SL inflatable sleeping pad. This is the wide version, and then I've got the Thermarest foam core pillow. Again, I love these foam core ones. They're really big, but they're so comfy. So this is a cracking sleep system for a day like today. See, this is my cook set and my food. So I've got 2 veal porridges in there. This was on the deal. I've got Tesco finest ravioli and a tomato sauce. I've got 100 gram canister, my pocket rocket, deluxe MSR. Then I've got my fire maple. I think this is the G2 version. It's got like a flux ring on it, so it's a bit like a jet boil type thing. I think it's 600ml, that is. So that should do me well for tonight. So in the bag I've got some wipes, sponge, my Flextail Tiny Pump 2 with the adapter nozzle for my big Agnes. I've got 2 Nescafe lattes, a Nightcore head torch, which is absolutely superb, a couple of rubbish bags, and a Sea to Summit rigid spoon. So I bought a couple of Brewdog Punk IPAs with me. I've had to bring my own water, so I've got Catadin B3 water filter, but that's full up. I've got Platypus 500ml, that's full up as well. And then I've got my little toiletries bag as well. So the bag I was using today was the Osprey Exos Pro 55. Now this weighs about 1 kilo. So it's like an ultralight backpack, but it's got tons of features and, most importantly, a suspended mesh back, which I absolutely love. And it is definitely more comfortable than those without. So this is the clothing I bought with me. So my OEX bamboo base layers, top and bottom. I've got my just lightweight bottoms, my core hoodie, again core neck thingy, core mitts, got a spare set of darn tough socks, got my Fjallraven merino wool hat, and also my pillow strap, which keeps my pillow in place nicely. So look at the view I've got outside my tent. It's just wow, absolutely speechless. Definitely going to get a good sunset today. And then you've got Buttermere and Crummock Water. What an evening. So saying this canopy is a little bit of a gimmick, which it sort of is, but I genuinely do think it'll have its purposes. I mean, we've all been there when it's been absolutely bucketing it down and you're stuck in a little tent. It's not the greatest of feelings, but with something like this, at least you can get a good view if it's raining, and it really does actually certainly keep the inner dry how it's designed. It's really quite good. The other thing as well, if it's windy like today, the wind's coming from behind, again you can still experience all the views from sitting in your tent like this, but rather than just a small tunnelled view, you've got this panoramic view, which on a day like today is like absolutely fabulous. So it'll be interesting to see what people make of it. Obviously, like, I'm lucky, I'm one of the first people to test this tent, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it's insanely rigid. You're getting like these vibration sounds off the fly. It's just an absolute bomber. Right, time to get a brew. Dog on. God, I've been saving up for these. Found it today again. Oh dear me. Always tastes better on the mountain. It always does. Right, so food time. I've even got my own little stone. to put this on. It's just a cracking little camping spot. Apart from I did have to bash all the pegs, so they're looking quite second hand, but you got to do what you got to do. It's just a bit unfortunate. So MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe, and I'll show you why I bought this, right? A lot of these 3-pronged camping stoves have like angled, they're not straight, all the prongs. These have got a little angle on them. So what happens is, this is for a 3-prong stove. The slight angle actually slightly locks it into place. So it's really quite stable, which I absolutely love. Believe it or not, I've got a fire maple Hornet stove, and the prongs are too angled and they don't even match their own cook set, which is a little bit crazy. But anyway, this MSR one does the job perfectly. This, by the way, is a lovely little cook set. I think this is about, I don't know, 25 quid. It's got like rubberized handle, rubberized lid, strainer. It's a lovely little cook set. It's well worth the money. It's probably the best value sort of like cook set out there. They call it a super light or ultra light sort of thing. It's not that light, but it's still really good. So anyway, enough about me talking. Let's start cooking. Let's get this on. It's like absolutely instant. These paired together are superb. I've never actually used these together. Jesus, that's getting warm already. This might give the old Jetboil Flash a run for its money. I've got my Cedar Summit XL bowl, because I only do large meals. I don't really want to mess this up, because I'm not near a water source. If this is full of tomato sauce, it's going to be a bit of a pain. So what I'm going to do is cook half the ravioli, stick it in here, stick the sauce on here. Hopefully the warm ravioli will warm the sauce up. Do the second lot of ravioli. Best thing about this fresh pasta as well, cooks 3 minutes. 3 minutes. That's why I use fresh pasta. It's so good. This thing's lightning fast. God, it's nearly boiled already. Right, fresh ravioli going in then. So the tent's all guyed out properly now. Wind's picking up a little bit, so it'll be a good test, although you can't really tell that the wind's picked up because it's so taut. It's got so many guy lines. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's a lovely place to be, I must admit. It's a really nice size. Even open like this, with the canopy down, you've still got views of both sides. It's a cracking concept. I really like my VM1. I really think I'm going to like this too. It was a funny one. I don't know if I was like a little bit fatigued, but I definitely felt this was like a harder walk. I think I've covered something like 9 miles, and the mountains on the Newlands Horseshoe are not that big. You know, they're not like 1,000 metres. They're getting up to say 750 or something like that. But some of the elevations really quite steep, and with a big bag on, that can be quite hard. It would have been nice to have had a little lightweight rucksack that's like 3 kilos all in, rather than about 13 I was probably carrying today. But like all these things, once you get to the top, you seem to get like a new lease of life, and then you like soldier on, and you soon forget about being out of breath and your tight calves. But it was an absolutely brilliant route. I tell you what, every single horseshoe that I've done in the Lake District has been so memorable. Some of these like little hikes that I've done, you know, you can forget about them, but these horseshoes, you never forget them. You really don't. They're so good. It makes a big difference if you get a day like today. There's no doubt about it. I feel very lucky with the weather that I've had. It's just been stunning, and to end it off with what's going to be an epic sunset as well. I'm a lucky boy. This might be the last of what we see of the sun today. There must be some clouds in the distance, but it's so peaceful up here, so silent. Let's have a look at this. Not bad for one person backpacking tent. Look, I've got my legs fully stretched out. Look how much room there is. It's a massive vestibule. Got all my cooking gear over there. Got a huge amount of space in front. Got my bag there. Space to get out whilst my bag is there. There's absolutely loads of space in here. Like internally, I'd say, well, I mean, obviously it allows for like a long, wide sleeping pad. It's got some decent pockets there. Got some room for my stuff. It's not bad. It's just a really nice place to be. As you can see, the wind's getting up. These are going to flap about a little bit, I think, the little vents, but I've got no choice because otherwise it's going to be a condensation hellhole tomorrow. So the wind is really starting to pick up now. Really chilly. But look, it's like I've got a little cave. It's cavernous. Look at the size of it. It's such a nice place to be. Like, I didn't think I'd like this tent as much as I do, actually. It's absolutely fantastic. Tell you what, the wind's really picking up now, and this wasn't forecast. You can really hear the wind, but it's not affecting the tent that much. If anything, you're just getting some slightly annoying vibration noises because the tent's just so tall, but the inner hardly moves around at all. But yeah, that wind's, that you can really hear the wind picking up. Whoa, it's picking up now. This wasn't really supposed to be a tent test. I hear that wind. I'm glad I got it out properly now. Where has this come from? Whoa, that wind is coming. So much for a good night's sleep. I think it's the wind seems to have changed direction a bit, and luckily it's got a billion guy lines. Otherwise I would have had to get out and would have had to rearrange my guys, but it's definitely going to get a good test. Jesus. This is getting crazy now, so I'm going to go and have a look just how bad it is outside. Gosh, not a lot of sleep will be had tonight, that's for sure. Right, let's see what the hell's going on out there. Ooh. God, it's freezing as well. Tent's properly caved in. Look at these panels. It's properly been stretched. Oh, Jesus Christ. Chaps, that was an experience. The wind did let off, got really bad at one point, but obviously tent moved about a bit, but nothing, you know, nothing to get worried about. This morning there's no condensation in the inner, which I'm really pleased about, because other tents I've had it's not been the case. Just got some little droplets on the quilt, but nothing on the inner. It's pretty good. So it's 6:30. It's just starting to get light, so I'm going to venture out and see what it's like out there. So I've just wiped down all the three, sort of the two doors in the middle panel. As you can see, tiny bit of moisture. Tiny bit of moisture. So the vents have done their job, which is pretty good. So yeah, condensation's way better than I was expecting. So bit of a thumbs up there. Right, let's venture out. See what today looks like. Oh, it's going to have a clear sky. Oh yeah. Might pop to the summit, have a look for a sunrise. Jeez, it's freezing. See the tent. Oh, all the guys are still nice and tall. Now that is a surprise. Oh my God, they really are. That's a cracking tent. Look at that. Chuffed to bits. That has been brilliant. Oh, and here you can see the sun's just started to rise. Another 15-20 minutes. Probably just go over those mountains. Right, it's freezing out there. So I'm getting a brew on straight away. I've got my 2 Nescafe lattes, which I cannot wait to get stuck into. I think even as we speak, you can see it getting lighter outside. It's literally getting lighter by the second. So that is what I'm going to do. Watch the sunrise, get packed up, clear off. And there she is. The sun is just starting to rise. Oh, just look at that. Can feel the warmth just starting to go through my body, which I desperately need. But look at the colours in the sky. It's just starting to touch the tops of these mountains. It's just the most amazing part of the day. It's nice this sort of time of year because you don't have to set your alarm silly early to experience the sunrises, but as far as sunrises go, that's not a bad one. Alright, so that's it now. Start to pack away. Looks like you might have a fellow YouTuber up there, got his selfie stick out. So it's been a cracking camp, pack away time. Right, so another successful wild camp. As always, leave no trace, like literally nothing. All my rubbish is in my front stash pocket. It's no excuses, guys, just do it. So now I've got to finish what we started. Let's finish the Newlands Horseshoe. So there's a few little tricky bits to descend on, but I can see where I'm going now. Back into the valley. Gosh, and this bit does look a bit tricky. Winding way down. Looks like the last little tricky bit. Remember, guys, if in doubt, slide on your ass. So looking back, here's a view of the descent. It looks a lot worse than it really is. You just got to take your time. So you got a good view of Newlands Pass here. So Buttermere's over there, and the road comes all the way down here, all the way down to Keswick. Interesting fact, I've cycled it, I've motorbiked it, I've never done it in a car. And Keswick's over there. So here's a great view of the Newlands Round. So Catbells was the first one, Maiden Moor, High Spy, Dale Head, and then you've got Hindscarth and then Robinson. So that brings us to an end. The sun's come out again just to see me off. I've thoroughly enjoyed the Newlands Round. It's just been superb. It's a few little technical sections, some challenging bits when you're wearing a big bag, but I think that just increases the satisfaction levels. It's just been a great hike and a great wild camp, and I'd highly recommend it without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, hello. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you backpacking soon. Cheers.